Alright my friend, it's Duc Tran. In this video, in this lesson, let's design your app's sign in, login, and welcome screen so that your user goes into the app and they see the screen and they can choose either want to sign up a new account, create a new account, or log in into the account. That is what we'll do in this course. So number one, download your starter project on the resources that I prepare for you right below this page. There will be a link for you to download that resources. And then let's go into the demo where we'll open up Xcode and we'll design this beautiful UI, a very standard UI. And one thing I want to notice is that we're going through very detailed instruction in our code here. So I hope that you enjoy it. Also, please know that you can customize this UI any way that you want. If you want to use your own UI, that's cool, but we're going to keep it simple. We have the login, sign up, we have profile picture, username, email, password, and all those stuff. So let's go into the demo. So here is how it looks like. The moment when you open the app for the first time, you see that we can create a new account or log into the existing account. So for example, I create a new account like this, and then we have a sign up form, very standard using UI tail view controller like that. And then we can change the profile photo. We can upload a photo to Firebase, our backend right there like this. And then I will choose that, right? And we can fill in our email, full name, username, and password, and we'll create the account. Okay, now if we already have an existing account, we just have to use the login button. There you enter your name, your email, and then your password, and we log in. Very simple, like that. Okay, and then we'll show our complete UI, our app, the complete app, which is something like this. So if you open up your starter project right now, so I prepared a starter project for you so that we get some of the already set up code like the newsfeed, those kind of things that we don't have to talk about, the sign up and login. So this is what it looks like when you run the app for the first time. It doesn't have anything else. It's just this Instagram newsfeed that I have the training for you in another training. But here is it looks like very much like Instagram, and we have the news feed. We can have the follow button, those kind of things. These things is just the UI. It is not connected to any Firebase or any backend yet, so that we keep it simple. Very simple. If you look at the starter project, we have the main.storyboard right here. Inside the main.storyboard, we have several tabs that basically has nothing, and we have the news feed. Right, the newsfeed is a tail view controller, has two prototype cells that looks like this, and then we have the custom cells class for these cells. We don't use that in here, but we have the newsfeed tail view controller, which we'll use to write like literally 1 or 2 lines of code. Okay, and then we have the user structure like that, and then we have a post structure like this. Very simple, right? Incredibly simple. We'll talk about that. Now, we are going to talk about how to design your app UI in this lesson. So let's go ahead, download your starter project, and let's get started. We'll start from scratch to create this login user sign up. I just have you these code so that you don't have to write these things, and you don't maybe you have this beautiful news feed and you don't have to reuse all you don't have to use like a blank screen that looks terrible. Okay, so let's go into the main.storyboard right here, and then you know what, I'm going to drag out a separate section of our login and sign up right somewhere over here, or you can even do it over here. Okay, now because I know that I'm going to segue from our login sign up to our newsfeed, so I'm going to put it over here. Cool. So let's drag out a view controller like this. Okay, yeah, let's drag out the view controller, and then I'm going to embed this view controller into a should I embed a navigation controller? Maybe not. So let's drag out a background image for this. So you look at our complete project, right? We have a background image, and then we have kind of like a the overlay view, so that we have this view blowout. Okay, so let's have that. So let's search for a UI image view like this. drag out the image view. Cool. And then I'm going to drag these up to the edges of the screen. Awesome. Now I'm going to change this into aspect fill, and let's make sure that it clips to bounds like that, so that all the edges of the screen, the image doesn't goes outside of the bounds. And let's change the image into something like number 7. Yeah, I like number 7. Okay, our Christmas tree last year. And then let's have another UI view so that we have this blur out screen. So UI view like this. I'm going to change the background into something like 00000, which is our black, and then make it 50% like that. Okay, and then drag it up to the edges of the screen like this. Cool. All right. Now, what else do we need? We need the name of the app. We need the logo and 2 buttons. So let me make sure that what is the icon for our logo. Okay, we have the logo DA here. So let's go back into main storyboard. We need another UI image view. So let's search for image like this. Drag it out to the screen, and we got logo DA. And let's make it aspect fit because it is a logo. We don't want to make it fill so that it looks silly. So let me let's change its size into something like 100 by something. Okay, we just want it to be somewhere 100. Let's change it into something like 110 by yeah, this is cool. Okay, let's put it right here. Cool. Next up, let's have a label. I'm going to have a label to the screen like this, and we change it into the name of the app. Here I name it Moment like this, and we change the color into white. Let's change the font into like 28, and let's use thin. Done. Now you see that because the text is too big, so it goes off the screen. It's squeezed into like that. So all you have to do is hold the command key, click the equal button like that. Okay, then it goes out like this. Now I know this is too small, so let's change that into something like 38. Let's see. Yeah, I need more, so let's use 46. Cool, 46. So let's use command equals again. Let's put that right into the middle. And I want to have like 16 points to the logo. Something like this. All right. Now, how you can have this ruler tool? I receive a lot of questions about this. So all you have to do is click into one of the elements that you want to know what is the distance from that element to other elements. And then you hold the Option key. And then you hover from the mouse over to other things. Then you will see that ruler. Very convenient for you to work on. Many of you, maybe you are a sketch designer, then you will love this tool. Okay, in Xcode right here. All right. Now next up, let's have our button for the create a new account and the login screen. So let's have a button like this. Drag it out to the screen. Okay, and then I'm going to double click. Let's have login like that. Okay, and then let's change the font into 17. We want to change the text color into white. And let's change the background color of this whole view into something like black. Okay. Let's change it over here, black like this. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's change that into white. And then we want, this is very cool. I want to change it into white. Okay. Let's change that. Oops. Let's change that into white color. What is that? White color like this, right? And then let's make it something like 60% transparent or 50% transparent, and you will have a very cool looking UI that you have that button transparent. So, oh, I said it. Let's set that to 20%. So I'm going to click the login, change the background over here into just 20% like that. Okay. Now you know it is squeezed down, so let's drag it to the edge of the screen like this. Okay, and then we change the size. Let's change the height into 44 point. And we have the login screen, login button. Cool. All right. Maybe I will increase this view right here, the background view, the color view. Let's increase that into like 75% or somewhere darker so that it looks better. Awesome. Now, the last thing to design our UI, let's change this thing into 16 or 20 to the top. I'm sorry, to the bottom. And then let's duplicate this button. We over here, hover over that, and then duplicate into this, change the text into create a new account, like that. And then we will change the background color of this button into something color like, I don't have the exact color here, so let me use the color of my logo here. Okay, like that. So we create a new account. Pretty good. All right. Now, I have a little code challenge for you. This is the first training you have with me. So every single lesson or once in a while, I'm going to throw in a surprise or a little code challenge for you to change your learning mode a little bit so that you don't have to sit all the time and listening to me and just do the tutorial with me. That's cool. Doing the demo with me and coding along with me, that's cool. But that is just one way of learning. That is just consuming the materials. If you want to really use it, if you want to really master what you learn, you have to use it and you have to do the work. So what I would ask you to do in this thing, what I would challenge you to do in this video is you pause the video right now and then do auto layout for this screen. Because if you look right now, right, when you preview the screen like this, when you preview the screen, and you will see that it looks good on the iPhone 7, but it sucks on something like 7 Plus because it's too small. But if it is in an SE, then it will be too big. So you need to use auto layout to apply these constraints into this screen. So pause the video, do auto layout right now with me, and then come back with me and check with me, okay? So pause it now. Yeah, this is the time for you to pause it, do the work, come back with me and check along with me to see how we do, and then maybe I can explain other stuff for you. Did you do it? Last chance. Okay, so this is my turn. Now I'm going to do this pretty fast because this is quite simple. So I'm going to select the background image here, the 7, and then let's use the pin menu. I'm going to pin that to all the edges of the screen and add the 4 constraints like that. And then we have a color view, color background view. Let's use the pin menu again. We add those to the edges of the screen, okay? And then let's use this logo. This logo I'm going to control drag so that we have the width and height at the constraint. And then we put that to the top space of the container. Okay, and then we do it again so that we can center vertically in the container. Oops, let's use center horizontally. So Command Z to the left, center horizontally like that, right? Okay, and let's do the same for this guy. So let's have center horizontally in vertical spacing like this. Okay. And finally, these 2 guys. So let's have the pin menu, height constraint, left, right, and bottom. That's pretty much it. And then this create new account, we have top, left, right, and height. Okay. Awesome. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Now, the next thing let's do is let's have our create a new account screen like that. So what you can do is let's drag out a navigation controller, because when we drag out the navigation controller, we have a built-in, a free-to-use table view right there. Okay, because that's exactly what we want to do. Alright, now let's create a new account. Control drag from the create new account button to this thing, and let's have that as the show segue. Should we use the show? Let me check back. Oh, that is a model segue. So let's yeah, the show is fine. Okay. Next thing, let's change this thing into something like create new account. Okay, we changed the navigation bar, the title of the navigation bar into that. Cool. All right. let's have a back button over here so that the user have that back button. You see this thing? So let's have a bar item, and then we drag it to here, and then we change that the title into 0, and then I have an image, I believe, into icon back like this for you in the starter project. So all you have to do is use this button, icon back, like this. Pretty good. The next thing, now the tail view that you see right here on the screen, it is a static tail view, not a dynamic tail view. So all you have to do is select the tail view, and then over the attribute inspector, you see that the content, let's use static cells instead of dynamic prototype. Now, pay attention that these things, the static cells, is only available for a tail view controller, not a tail view. Okay? Alright. Next thing is we are going to need 2 sections, right? So we need 3 sections actually. So let me delete this guy, and then we will have 3 sections over here. Section 1. Oh, let's use 1, and then we want to use the group, not the planes, and then we have 3 sections like that. Okay. All right. So the section number 1 is we have this view right here. Right now, it is not a section. So how we can do that? Now, if you notice, this is a button. Right? We can click to the change profile photo. We click this thing. We click here. We choose the photo like that, and then the photo will change directly over here, right? So how can we have that? Yeah, it is simply a UI view as the header of this tail view, and then we drag in a UI image view and a button like that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's drag out a UI view into the screen, and this UI view, let me make sure that we have the height and the width correctly. So let's drag out a view to the screen like this. We'll drag this view. Do not drag it inside each of these cells. We drag it above the tail view so that it is over this line right here. Okay, that will make it a UI the header of UI tail view. And then let's change the size into the height. I want it to be 115, something like this. And then let's change that background color into the group tail view background color. It has that option right here. Group tail view background color. Okay, and then we want to have a UI image view. So let's drag out a UI image to the screen, and then how about we change this thing? I believe that is 64 by 64. So let's change that 64 by 64. Okay. And then we want to make sure that it is right to the center, like this. And then let's use the Y to be 12. Pretty good. All right. Next thing is we have this change profile photo, the button. So let's have a button to the screen. We put it right into the middle, like this. Okay. And then I want to have 8 points to the image, like this. And then we double click. Change profile picture like that. Cool. All right. Now let's change this thing into the default image. So icon, where's that? Default avatar like that, and then aspect fill. Okay. All right. Now because this is pretty simple, so I'm going to do auto layout for that immediately. So Control drag to itself, width and height, add the constraint. And then we want to use the top space, and then center horizontally in the container, and then this thing. So I know I'm pretty fast because I expect that you do that. Okay. Now if you don't know about auto layout, then check out Total iOS Blueprint. I will share with you everything about auto layout and so much more in iOS development. And then let's have vertical spacing, center horizontally, and the constraint. Everything is good. Everything is nice. Cool. And by the way, if you have any question at all during our course here, just feel free to post it right down below, and then I will get back to you. Okay? All right. Good. Awesome. Now let's double click into this section, and then we have the new account. So let's have over here, let's have account new account. How about we have information, new account information, and then over here we got this guy into create new password, so we don't have that label, so delete that, right? All right, now let's design our cells right here. Look at the cells. It looks pretty cool because it has an icon, and then it has the what is this? It has the icon, it has the label. It's actually a text field. So when you go here, when you select that, it will pops up a keyboard like that. If you select here and you don't see a keyboard, all you have to do is hold the Command K, okay? Or you go to hardware, and then it has the keyboard, and then you use toggle software keyboard like that. Okay, so now let's drag out a UI image to the screen like this, and then I want to make sure that it is the size of that is just 19 by 19, and the width and height is 12. Okay, so this image view, let's use the X position is 12, the Y is 12, the width is 19, the height is 19, like that. Okay, now if you look at this, this thing, it is not aligned with this new account, so let's move that over here. I believe that is 16. Okay, all right, over here let's use the image into icon. We have what is that, the email, so email like this. Cool. And then let's drag out a text field to the screen like this. Put it right into the center, and then we want to have that just 8 point to this icon. So what is that, 8, right? Again, if you want to use this ruler tool, hold the Option key and hover to that, and then we will drag this thing to the edge like this. Okay, and then over here the placeholder, I want to use email address like that. And then how about we want to have the border style into non-border style like this, so that the user can just click over here and then they have the email address can be typed in like that. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now let's do auto layout for this guy, because you can design all of these things and you still have to apply the same auto layout. So why don't we just apply auto layout and then we change these fields? So I'm going to use this icon, the P menu again. And then we have uncheck the constraint to margin, 12, 16, and the bottom, like that, the width and height, and the constraint, like this, okay? And then we have this text field. So the P menu again, 8 to the left, 7, all of these ratio is fine, okay? Add the 4 constraints. All right, now all we have to do left is pretty much, we just have to, what is that? Yeah, we just have to duplicate these guys. So duplicate this guy, and let's duplicate once more. We'll drag this cell to, you know what? Username and create the password. Yeah, so let's drag this cell over here to that section. We delete this cell. Okay, I know I go a little bit fast, so let me slow down a little bit. Take your time. Cool. All right, and then this last cells, we need to delete this guy so that we have this as the create new account. Okay, so let's change this icon into icon's full name. So I think that is icon profile. Oh, not icon profile, but icon, what is that? Icon full name. Yeah, pretty much icon full name. And then we change this thing into full name like this. And then over here we have the icon username, and then we have the username. Enter your new username like that. And then we have this guy as the icon password like this, and then create new password. Create a new password like this. Cool. Now this thing is going to be a little special because we have different text fields, and each text field serves a different purpose. So for example, this email address, we should be able to have the keyboard, to have this like email address keyboard right there, right? So select the email address, and then over your keyboard types like this, you can, in the attribute inspector, you can change that into something like email address. Okay, so that you have this email address keyboard. The next thing is we have the full name, that's okay. Email, username, that's good. And then the create a new password. You should be able to do the secure entry text. So that, okay, so that when you enter the password right here, it will change that into these ... Cool? Alright, lastly, let's do this create a new account button. So let's have the button to the screen, like this guy, put that right into the middle, like this. And then let me use auto layout immediately. So uncheck constraint to margin 0, 0, 0, 0, like that. Add the for constraint, like this. And then I want to change the text color into white. Want to change this thing into create a new account. And then we want to change the background into that color, that tint color. Okay. By the way, if you don't have that color, the code for that is 0078FF. Like that. Cool. Alright. So here we go. We have the the sign up screen. Now, I have a little code challenge for you, because if you look at this sign up screen, it's pretty much, very much like the login screen. The login screen is even simpler because it has only 2 fields like this. So what I would love to ask you to do and challenge you to do is to create your login screen, to design your login screen. So all you have to do is, let's do whatever you like. I recommend you to start from scratch so that you can practice with it. Or maybe even better, you can have a different UI, but keep it simple. Keep it just the email password fields like that, and then
Alright friend, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. We just designed our login sign up screen, and as always, I have a challenge for you. Your code challenge this time is to design your login screen. Again, you can use my own the design of my login screen, but I want you to participate in this course with me. Not just go there and listen and do the code. That's okay. But it is just consuming the content. What's most important is you involve yourself and you do the work with me. So do the code challenge and leave a comment below this lesson for me, and let me know how it goes, and just share your answers with us. Share your progress and learning with me. And as always, go out there every single day of your life, learn new things, craft your ideas, and contribute to the world. I see you in the next lesson where we talk about how to integrate Firebase into your app, and frankly, how Firebase works. See ya in the next lesson.